Yo. What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday, my dudes and dudesettes. Halfway to the most people's weekend anyway. I don't know. Not everybody's, I know that, but hopefully your week's going well, no matter when your weekend is, and you just keep on grinding, baby. Keep grinding. We got Bloodstained day 6 today. Ritual of the Night, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, day 6. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's been a great experience so far. We've had a couple of crashes, but outside of that, and we haven't really lost a lot of time on either of those or anything. So fortunately, never feels good a game crashing, especially a game that's been out for a few years now. But outside of that, the game's felt pretty good, and I've enjoyed the experience quite a bit. So I don't know, man. We'll get back into it today. We'll keep pushing. We'll see where we get to. But first, we got to do what we do, baby. We got to get into this video gaming news segment. You know how it is. We're listening to BPM this morning, by the way. This is the JMLM. Let's get that death counter off there first. Yeah, I said off. BPM, very cool. FPS. FPS rhythm bass roguelike game. Very cool art style in it and everything too. So if you're enjoying the music, it sounds like a genre of game that you might be interested in. I highly recommend going and checking it out. On that note, let's kill the music and let's get into our news, man. Let's do it. See what we can find. Let's talk about this. Phil Spencer, if you don't know who Phil Spencer is the head of Xbox gaming, right? Or the CEO of Xbox, actually. And I actually, I dig Phil Spencer a lot. Phil Spencer comes off as a very good business-minded individual, but at the core of who Phil Spencer is, I see a lot of just naturally a gamer. As opposed to some of these other big developers and, especially the big console players and stuff. He is a face to me that stands out for that reason. With Nintendo and PlayStation, I don't see that as much. I don't see somebody that is the face of their company that comes across as a true gamer. And that's what, that's the impression I get from Phil Spencer. Again, I mean, we're talking about a large company, so there are going to be a lot of things that are taken care of in a business-centric manner. So that's to be expected. But, the title of this article is Phil Spencer says AI will be an additive, positive force for video games. I can see that side of things. I can also see the side of AI that has already creeped its way into video game development that is having a negative impact. So let's pull this up and let's talk about this article and have a bit of a discussion here. Okay, look, man, I'm not even going to dive into this. UK regulator doubts Call of Duty can run on Nintendo Switch. All right, look, man. First and foremost, if they can make Witcher 3 run on the Switch, they can get Call of Duty running on the Switch. All right? Will it take some time and effort and resources to get it done? Yeah. But at the same time, not only that, there's a new upgraded version of Nintendo. There's a new console that is supposedly going to be coming out within the next year to year and a half. Roughly. Okay? Give or take a little bit there. But the new Switch, or the new Nintendo console, we don't even know if it's going to be called the new Switch or Switch 2 or, whatever. I would assume it's going to be something very similar to the Switch, though. And in that case, it'll be another platform built on mobile technology. So, no, it won't be quite as powerful as something, say, as a traditional platform, a traditional console like the Xbox or the PlayStation, because it won't have big, beefy hardware in it that can handle high TDPs and can push as demanding of requirements, right? But if you take a look at like what Valve just did with the Steam Deck, that thing can push some pretty demanding games at a pretty good level. So to think that Nintendo is going to come out with their next gen console and it won't be able to run Call of Duty in some capacity, is it going to look the same as it will on a PC or on console or like a traditional console like Xbox or PlayStation? No. But will it run just fine on the next gen Nintendo console? Absolutely. And they'll get a downgraded version of whatever needs to be put on the Switch to appease everybody for the time being. It'll happen, dude. They'll make it happen. If they can get Witcher 3 running on the Switch, which it didn't look great, but it ran, they'll get it running. They'll get Call of Duty running on the Switch too. So I feel like this UK regulator just literally doesn't know anything about technology or gaming or anything like that, you know, and they're just like, I don't know. Just like throwing darts, basically, trying to hit anything they can to you know, when they don't have any kind of knowledge on the way this kind of stuff works. That's what it comes off as to me, anyways. I could be wrong, but that's the way it appears. Gaming engine Unity adds MetaMask functionality among tools. Okay, let's see what's going on there. Wait, gross. I don't care. I don't care, dude. So here's what you need to know. Unity's platform has added a slew of crypto platforms uh, to its functionality. Gross. Ooh, have fun with that. The whole Web3, I'm sorry, man, but the whole Web3 um, NFT blockchain space with games built on cryptocurrencies and stuff, it's not being done well. It's real scummy. It's it is not, and I won't even call them games. I'll call them software. They are software built on the principle of gaming mechanics to lure people in, you know, that enjoy video games. And I just there's been too many scams. There are things about it like a big part of it becomes um, pay to play or play to earn, which makes it feel more like a job than it does um, playing a game for fun anymore. And it's just really kind of gross, and it's not the gaming world that I care to have. And so therefore I'm not going to quite often dig into what they're trying to promote for that side of things. Like I've even been vocal about the fact that I can see where like an NFT space could work very well in the gaming industry, but it would be in the distant future. It would take a lot of intermesh universes between different developers and things like that to make NFTs work in a way that was mutually beneficial for both the gamer and the developer themselves. And we're not there, man. It's just not happening. And so most of the time, I would say almost all the time, the games are built on these kinds of principles. It's built with greed in mind. And we know what that leads to. Games with gold for March 2023 announced. Take a look at that. Whoa, Destiny 2 breaks concurrent player record with Lightfall. Sick, man. Elden Ring and Marvel snap among BAFTA's Game of the Year award nominees, I think. What? We won't even be able to read this anyways. Bloomberg's real fun. Need a subscription to read in there, right? Is there a future for video games journalism? It's a tough it's a tough career, unfortunately. I appreciate you all though. I do. For what we do every day here. Gathering all these articles every single day that we get within the past 24 hours that have been written and come to our eyes to give us new information around what's going on in the gaming industry. Man, I appreciate the writers and the journalists within the video game industry very, very much. Ferret, what's up, man? Yo, dude, I thought maybe that you got sucked into the Lightfall Matrix, dog. I didn't know I'd ever see you again. What's up, buddy? How you doing, dude? Yeah, I know, but I mean, busy with work. I figured. I figured. Yeah, I knew you were excited about it though. Yeah. Have you gotten to play much of it yet? We've got an article up right now, dude. They've broken concurrent player records already and everything. We're gonna read about it in a second. Escape from Tarkov volunteer anti cheat shuts down. Hmm. Looks like Cooler Master's launching some new gaming chairs. Dude, there are so many different gaming chairs on the market now. I don't even know where you would begin, to be honest. There's just so many of them. Excuse me. Oh, for real? Oh, no. No. That sucks, dude. Is it at least understandable why they might have done that? You can still be unhappy and understand, but there's a difference between understanding why some things like that might have gotten nerfed and just it's still kind of molding you out because that was your build, you know, and not understanding. Yeah, it was just overkill. That sucks, dude. That sucks. Feels bad, bro. I'm sorry. Yuck, dude. Interesting, huh? Indie games crowdfunding on Kickstarter. What is this? Oh, tabletop RPG stuff. We're not going to dive into that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a huge drop, dude. Yeah. God dang, dude. Oh, wow. Not only did they drop the region, uh, what is that, like 112%, but then they cut the buff time by 50% as well? God dang, dude. That's gross. Yeah. I like what's That seems really disgusting. Oh yeah, that exotic's done, dude. Yeah, who would run it? I mean, it seems like, anyways. I haven't played in so long, but it seems really terrible now. Yeah, is that what they do? I mean, is that what they? It's like, yo, this is really powerful. This is the latest update. This is some of the most powerful gear. You run this, and then when something new comes out, they just nerf the crap out of some of the more powerful stuff. That way, they can implement other powerful stuff they want people rating for. Is that how that works? Is that what they do? Oh, shut up! So they didn't even like implement any like good new exotic gear in the uh in Lightfall to like at least gives people something to grind for. What? Microsoft expands PC Game Pass preview to 40 new what? 40 new countries. Sick, dude. That's cool. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, let me know. Let me know. That sounds terrible, dude. I mean, that is a significant debuff, dude. They nerfed the crap out of that, man. If it was that OP, I could see them going like, regions being dropped to like somewhere between 75%, maybe like half the region or something, or 75% to 100%, and then the region times being dropped to like 6 to 7 seconds, something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's still like that regen is really gross, dude. Like that regen percentage is really gross. So even if you were like to be able to keep that regen time for 10 seconds, that regen at 38% seems really gross. But I mean, again, I haven't played with it, so I don't know if 38% would still feel okay or not. Yeah, we hit on this yesterday. Yeah, Luminous is done, dude. They've been soaked up by Square. Uh, that studio is currently being devoured by Square. They're like, yeah, you're done. Um, if you didn't know, Forspoken was a pretty bad release, and it's like Metacritic in the 60s, widely reviewed in the 60s, or like 6 out of 10s or 60s out of 100s. It didn't do very well. Um, and Square was like, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and absorb your studio. They were a subsidiary of Square, but Square's like, you got this studio's gone. Yeah, it didn't do good, dude. Yeah, look, I think even on PlayStation 5 it had like a 68. 64, dog. User score 3.4. Um Across the board it wasn't also on PC. Uh PC was a 63 Metascore with a user score of 1.7. It did terrible. Did terrible, dude. I was really skeptical about it before it even came out too, and apparently it had some bad performance issues, and it was just pretty meh. But I mean, if you want to take a look at what reviews are saying, and look, reviews aren't going to be always indicative of what your experience will be, but quite often, if you get enough reviews, like this is 395 ratings on the PC side for user scores at a 1.7 dog. That's a pretty good indicator. Check this out. We'll just look it up on here. 66% of almost 1,000 reviews on Steam recent are positive. Total lifetime for the game of over 3,200 reviews are 59% positive. It did not do very good, man. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, you do you. I mean, if you've got the chance to play it and maybe not spend too much money on it or any at all, then and it still looks like something you might have some fun with, and by all means, you might have an experience that is opposite of what a lot of other people have had. But be careful. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on it. That's for sure. We read about that yesterday. Yep, we read about. If you guys are interested, it's part of the news segment from yesterday. Uh, by the way, that is wait for a big sale to even consider. Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. Same here. I mean, all I can do is advise people, though. You know what I mean? People are gonna do what they want to do. All I can do is give out the best advice I of my own opinion. So I actually got the entire here. I didn't post it last night, but for anybody interested, I have the entire playthrough. The clips and highlights out of the Breath of the Wild playthrough are not public on YouTube yet, but the entire 36 episodes that we did of playing Breath of the Wild are now public and up in a playlist on YouTube if anybody's interested in going and rewatching any of that. I got that all taken care of last night. Great lights, gameplay trailer. What is this? But I will have all the because I've got a bunch of clips and highlights from that playthrough too, and they're all up on YouTube. They're just not public yet, so that's my next thing. I'll have all that up fairly soon to go along with the episodes and stuff. Yeah, dude. Yeah. FF16 developers don't want to be called what? A JRPG? They also don't want anybody worrying about this being on any other console other than PS5. Just go buy a PS5. That's what they said. Just go buy a PS5. It's that easy, dog. Just buy one for us. You know what I mean? What do you want us to call it? A horror game? I hope not. Uh, let's touch on this again. The Diablo 4 beta stuff is happening before too long, and I've hit on it before, but it's been a little bit. So let's go ahead and talk about the Diablo 4 beta dates for early access and open beta. If you didn't know, just before we hop in here, there's going to be a weekend where people that have pre-ordered the game get into an early beta, just those individuals for a weekend. Then the following weekend will be an open beta kind of thing. So fear not if you haven't pre-ordered the game. I would say maybe wait until you play the beta to decide whether you want to pre-order the game because you'll get to play the beta. So just we'll take a look at that. Wait, what? Did we read about this yesterday? I think we read about this yesterday. Yeah. Paradox Showcase is happening. When Monday? Is this Monday? I think so. Monday. At 11 o'clock. Monday at 11 o'clock. Monday's going to be a weird day for us, by the way. Monday's a weird day. I've got an early morning appointment, but I'll be back. So what I'm going to probably do is get up a little bit earlier than normal to do the news segment, and then I'll have to take the stream down for a little bit. It won't be very long, though. But I'm not sure how the entire rest of the day will go for Monday. So it'll be a weird kind of like broken up schedule. I'll probably get up. I'll start the news segment a little bit early. We'll probably start it around 5:30 or so. Probably started about 30 minutes early on Monday. We'll do the news segment. I'll take the stream down. I've got to run to an appointment, and then I'll be back probably within an hour or so, and I'll get the stream back up. And then we'll play some games or whatever. And then at 11 o'clock a.m., we've got the Paradox Showcase. And we'll probably just end the stream that day because I've got to run back out early that afternoon. So it'll be a weird stream day. But we'll get content in. It'll just be minimal compared to what we usually do. And it'll be a bit broken up. So just know that. But I do have this already bookmarked for us. And we'll be watching this together at 11 o'clock a.m. CST, which is noon Eastern, and 9 o'clock Pacific time. Run your, your time zones off of that. You've got 5 p.m. GMT. There you can see 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific again, 11 o'clock. I know, Ferret, right? I know. Well, the thing that's nice about my are you talking about like my appointments and stuff? Yeah. Terrible, dude. Terrible. What do these people think? Don't they know gaming's life, dude? Don't they know that? So, yeah, we got that up already. We talked about that yesterday, and we're going to watch it together. We'll watch it together on Monday. Intel challenges AMD's position in discrete graphics cards? Huh? From what I had seen them come out with, dude, Intel hadn't really come up with much yet. I mean, it was to be understood that this was like their initial entry into the market. And if you remember AMD's entry into the market, it took them a while to really ramp things up too. So, but the last I had heard, it sounded like Intel was like kind of done with the graphics card stuff after their try in it. But let's take a look at this and see what's going on. By the way, we've seen a little bit of some 7950 X3D benchmark stuff that's looking really good out of the AMD CPUs that came out yesterday. We'll see if we can pull some up. We need more independent benchmarking for those processors, and I'm hopeful that maybe we'll see some today. We'll see. Today or tomorrow. Hey. Knock it off. Sorry, good. We're good. Xbox is not interested in playing the exclusivity game. They're playing a game right now saying that because of this acquisition especially. But they haven't ever been as interested in playing exclusivity game as somebody like Nintendo or PlayStation has, No, dude. My foot wrapped around my headset cable and pulled my headset off of its little hook. I wish I had a pet, dude. I don't have any pets right now. My last one passed away a few years ago, man. I miss it. Yeah. But my foot wrapped around my 3.5 millimeter cable, dude, attached to my headset and pulled it off its hook. So headset pet, maybe, So yeah, I mean, look, all the console makers play the exclusivity game to an extent, but to be fair, Xbox doesn't do it to the same extent that like PlayStation or Nintendo does, for sure. And they're really having to push the point that they've never been as bad, and they're not looking to ever be as bad as the other players with this Activision Blizzard acquisition, because there's so many people with their undies in a knot with this acquisition. So Sally Face Strange Nightmares. What is this? Is this a game? Oh, tabletop. Oh, Kickstarter takes the video game to tabletop. Okay. So if you know that game and you like it, it's coming to tabletop as well. Xbox says it has some GoldenEye type reveals planned. Cool. Yeah, we've hit on this past couple. I'm not going to dive into this MK12 stuff. Stardew has a tabletop game now too, dude. The tabletop market has just gone nuts, which is really cool. They're making like Elden Ring tabletop. There's all kinds of stuff, dude. It's pretty wild. I didn't know that Stardew had one. That's sick, dude. Right on. So MK12 has basically been officially leaked. It's been officially leaked. It was part of their their earnings call stuff. It got announced and leaked out that it got announced. So Ed Boon also, who is the top of NetherRealm, has kind of been cryptic. He's always a bit cryptic and teases people about things and for a while he's I think everybody's kind of been in the know that it was either going to be like either Mortal Kombat or what's the other one? The other one they make with the God dang, dude, I can't think of the name of it right now. Help me out, guys. It's like on the tip of my tongue, dude. Ah. With the superheroes and stuff, man. Jesus. Is it saying here? I'm dying, dude. I don't need to read all this because I can just TLDR you here. Injustice 3, dude. Injustice. So that's been teased for a while. The Injustice stuff. It was either the next game that was going to come out, we've known for a while, was either going to be Injustice 3 or MK12, and so I was pretty sure that MK12 would be coming pretty soon, with Tekken 8 on the way. Street Fighter 6 is almost out, like early to midsummer. Street Fighter 6 will be here, and with the other big fighting games hitting the market, with their new iterations of their series, it only made sense that Mortal Kombat would be right there with them. Yeah, and it came out in their earnings call. Ed Boon actually came out and was like, "Oh wait, you guys heard about Injustice 3?" So he kind of like, he kind of trolled everybody. Everybody was like, "Wait, what?" But it was pretty funny. But we know that Mortal Kombat 12 is on the way. We've talked about it the past couple of days. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday too. From Software has officially announced that Elden Ring has DLC on the way. Okay, so when it'll hit, we don't know. What exactly it's going to entail, we don't know. There's like an image basically that got pushed out with the announcement. So go take a look at it. We talked about it and we pulled it up yesterday in the news segment. If you want to go take a look, either as a highlight on the Twitch channel or a VOD on the YouTube channel, you can find it in yesterday's news segment. Okay, but I'm not going to dive back into it. Just know that DLC is coming to Elden Ring. All right. Final Fantasy 16 producer would like to release a PC version. Funny. Okay, hold on. Let's talk about this. We got a couple of Final Fantasy 16 articles to talk about here. Is this new? Bro, that is a long article. I think they're just talking about the old yeah. Yeah, just promoting an old Star Wars Racers Revenge. Is that on Steam? What all is this on? I don't even know. Racer Revenge. Sorry, excuse me. It's not on Steam. I'm not going to read into that one. Realms of Altera, an open world Nordic adventure RPG. Okay. Oh, it's right here too. Venture Beat. We already got it up. Let's take a look at it. PS3 gets surprising new console update from Sony. What? Okay. They have episode 1 Racer on Steam though. Yeah, I know they have a lot of the old Star Wars. I have a lot of them, right? I have a lot of them actually, but dog, I said just Star Wars, brother. Yeah, see, I've got a number of them. There's episode 1 Racer. Yeah, thanks, buddy. God, the old X-Wing games. Bro, I still rock a PS3, so I'm interested. I still rock a PS3, dog. We're about to play, we're about to stream a game on it. I got mine set up right here, dude. I loved my PS3. X-Wing, dude. What a great game. Jesus, I love X-Wing. The Jedi Knight collection. There have been some that do the X-Wing series. I need to buy the X. Do I not have all the X-Wing stuff on here? I thought I had X-Wing games. Interesting. I probably need to buy that. But as far as like the pod racer stuff goes, yeah, that was it. Looked like that was it. I might have missed one in there or something, but that looked like about it. Okay. Thanks, buddy. We got a good number of articles this morning. We're gonna go one more though. There's a lot of good info coming out today. Make sure we don't miss anything. We've already hit on that. I'm not going to dive into it. Strayed Lights receives an all-new gameplay trailer. Let's take a look at that. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Same here. Yeah, Blu-ray player, dude. Absolutely. I have a little standalone Blu-ray player because we used to have you know, a couple of little because we used to have a bigger house and everything. We had a couple. We had like a living room area, and then we had somewhere else that was like more of a little like kind of chill area to watch stuff too. And I had like the PS3 in one area, and then I had another Blu-ray player, like standalone Blu-ray player in another area. But the standalone Blu-ray player is just like packed up right now. The PS3 is the one that's out, and that's one of the reasons Blu-ray stuff. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of PS3 games. Like, my son has a file on this. So I've got a lot of physical copies of PS3 stuff, but I have a few digital games too. And my son has taken a dive into a lot of the PS3 stuff, actually. So Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a digital game that I have on the PS3 that we're going to play next. He's got like that entire map like 186% done with me not helping at all. He just like went through the game and just did it. He just liked it, dude. He just liked it and played the crap out of it. He's got a file, and I didn't even realize how much he had done until I was going through some of the files the other day. Whenever I was moving the PS3 over to set it up near the my streaming station over here, and I was cleaning up some of the files, and he had a bunch of like just files he had started and didn't really play on. But he had another one, dude, that was like 186% complete or something. I was like, Jesus, dude, kind of crazy. So yeah, my kids will still play on it sometimes too. They've got games that they like to play on it. New Tekken 8 trailer. Take a look at that. Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be fair, the like Castlevania Symphony of the Night is again a game that is near and dear to my heart, and my kids are you know they've got gaming interests that I can see sides of their gaming that are very similar to mine. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me that a game like that, even though it's older, it holds up pretty well because there's so many games even nowadays that are made in that same way. It's iconic. There's so many games that have emulated what that game did so well, and for him to like see it and play it and go, "Oh, this is pretty dope," and just like go hard on it doesn't really surprise me. But I was impressed, you know. I knew he had played a lot of it. I just never saw how much complete he was on it. Oh, Blue Protocol live stream provides details on the network. Okay. Dude, we got a lot of news this morning. A lot of news. Let's get it. Realms of Altera, an open world Nordic adventure RPG, is currently in development. Developer Legend has it, and publisher North Beach Games announced strategic partnership to bring the first AI-powered adventure game to PC. Let's see if I can pump that up a little bit for you guys. There we go. There we go. Indie developer Legend has formally announced today that they have joined forces on Realms of Altera, first AI-driven sandbox RPG currently in development for PC. The game will offer a new open-world experience. It's a cyberpunk-inspired multiplayer adventure game that draws heavily from Norse mythology. Set in a dystopian future after the Aesir Vanir War, players take on the role of a character recruited by Odin. Oh, sick. Love Odin. To rescue Thor, who has been kidnapped by the Jotnar and taken to Altera. In this open-world adventure, the player will find themselves traversing the 9 realms, each procedurally generated and powered by distinct and informed artificial intelligence. Players can decide who they want to be, befriend the inhabitants, or make adversaries. Actions have consequences. AI NPCs learn about the player, talk to each other, and will know the deeds and misdeeds of the player. Team up with other players and discover worlds together. Claim a world for yourself and let other players explore, fight, build, and quest together. Interesting. We're going to look at their website real quick. Legend has it. This is the indie developer that's making this. Is a Czech-based video game and AI software developer company. The company's mission is to intertwine AI gaming. The team of Legend is composed of gaming development veterans that have worked on AAA titles for companies such as Activision, Sony, Bohemia Interactive, 2K Interactive, and Keen Software House, known for space engineers. Interesting. This is it. There's no. Okay. Well, it says coming this year, dude. To what? Yeah, not there. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll keep our eyes peeled for what's. I mean, it sounds cool. It sounds cool, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what comes of it. Yeah, it's interesting. That's literally this is the page, dude. This is their website. It has nothing, doc. It's just this. You can newsletter. That's it. And it says coming this year. All right, man. PS3 gets surprise new console update from Sony. Sony's PS3 video game console has today received a surprising new firmware update. Originally released all the way back in 2007, dude. 2007. Yo, shout out to my wife. My wife surprised me with the PS3 way back in the day. I think it might have been for like actually Father's Day or something. I can't remember what it was, but my wife surprised me with my PS3. And if I remember correctly, it wasn't just the PS3, dude. She actually had, I think it was Fallout 3, dude. It might have been Fallout 3 that she got me with it. So, shout out to my wife. My beautiful, amazing, smart, funny, smirking at me wife. It was a very cool gift. And we have gotten a lot of playtime out of the PS3. It was a great console. Originally released all the way back in 2007, Sony's support of the PS3 formally came to an end in 2017 after it began prioritizing the PS4 instead. That's the way things work. While we're now a full console generation removed from the PS3, that hasn't prevented Sony from releasing a bizarre new update here in 2023 for one reason or another. As of this moment, PS3 update version 4.9 is available to download. Sony announced the update today on its official website with very little pomp and circumstance. When it comes to what this update does itself, Sony also didn't provide any clarification on the matter, which is something that we've come to expect. System software update improves system performance, said Sony's official patch notes, which is identical to what has been said about past updates. In general sense, this is the first update the PS3 has received in nearly a year. Back in May of 2022, Sony let loose patch 4.89 for the PS3, which served a more direct purpose of improving system security. Since 2019, though, the PS3 has only received 6 new console updates in total, most of which have merely looked to improve system performance. With this in mind, it's always a rare instance whenever we do get a PS3 update of this type. Not sure yet what the update's about, but if they get any information, they'll update this article. Interesting, man. That's crazy. Strayed Lights receives an all-new gameplay trailer. Get a better look at the game Strayed Lights in this expanded trailer before the game shows up at PAX East next month. Indie developer and publisher Ember Game Studio released a new trailer this morning for their upcoming game Strayed Lights. This particular title has been talked about for a minute, but we haven't seen a lot from the team in terms of a playable game or even a demo, let alone a release date. This trailer is the first really good look we've had at what they're working on, excuse me, as they basically give us what is more like a 4-minute developer video than a trailer. This new look at the game also comes with the news that the team will be at PAX East in late March, where they will be showing off a playable demo of the game to all attendees. We got more info and a quote from the team below to go with footage. Quote, in Strayed Lights, players will embody an unbalanced being of light and darkness on its path towards awakening. By mastering the game's combat flow, a tiny light will evolve to help soothe the souls of daunting adversaries tormented by their own inner demons, counter, parry, and strike with precision to fully realize the art on display in Strayed Lights combat. Strayed Lights will be an unforgettable experience for action-adventure fans of all ages, this is another quote. When it releases across most modern gaming platforms in a few weeks, says Alexander Araman, co-founder and creative director at Ember's Game Studio. From a combat system designed to be easy to learn but challenging to master in an intricate universe, based on emotions that everyone can feel connected to, we put our heart and soul into our first game. We're all extremely proud of the outcome and can't wait to share it with the world soon. In the meantime, we're excited for fans to get their first hands-on time with the game at this year's PAX East. Let's watch this.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex, Creative Director at Embers. Today I want to present to you a first glimpse of Strayed Lights gameplay. An atmospheric action-adventure game with fast-paced, rewarding combat, scored by Austin Wintory. Your quest will take you across a dark dreamlike world with strange creatures, oniric landscapes, and mysterious ruins to explore. You play as a tiny light seeking balance within and without. On your journey, you'll confront your inner demons that will try to hinder your progress. Parry their attacks, shift between blue and orange in sync with your opponent, parry at the right time, in the right color, and you'll absorb their energy. But some attacks use corrupted energy and need to be dodged.
Yeah.
Bide your time, then attack
if you
to
remember
steal
though,
more energy.
When the PS3 came out, dude, it was terrible on release. So
Once you've drained enough, unleash your finisher.
it was one of those situations where, like, I didn't even want one when they first came out. Because the PS3 was a mess when they first released. You remember that?
System. We've taken great care to keep it accessible, but still challenging and dynamic, with plenty to discover.
I mean, they were sold out too, but dude, they were buggy. Like, those consoles were
just... You'll be able to unlock a variety of skills and abilities to empower you on your journey.
Yeah, I mean, they were sold out too everywhere. I mean, I didn't get one when they first released or anything. I mean, I didn't even want one because they were just such a hot mess. But, yeah. After they end up getting everything fixed up and stuff,
This will help you for the toughest challenges of Strayed Lights.
And the wife surprised me.
Huge creatures, overwhelmed and deformed by their emotions. You'll need to stay focused to overcome these gigantic entities. Use their energy to your advantage.
I dig the dark vibes, dude. It's got a cool art style.
Ultimately, restore their balance. Strayed Lights has been crafted by Embers to be a memorable experience. With its unique combat system, designed to be fun and simple, yet challenging to master. And its intricate world and story, based on emotions which everyone can feel connected to. We put our heart and soul into Strayed Lights, our first game, and all of us are extremely proud of the outcome. We are thrilled to bring you Stray Lights on the 25th of April 2023.
Interesting. Looks like it could be cool, man. It looks like there's a big focus on parrying in it and stuff. Cool. Nice. If you guys want more, I'll link this to you. There you go. Tekken 8, new Tekken 8 trailer. Dude, we're getting all kinds of Tekken 8 trailers now, especially like character-focused ones. Series staple Jin Kazama starred in Tekken 8's debut trailer, but he's now finally got his own. This latest gameplay trailer gives a brief overview of his fighting style, which he shows off by beating up his father, Kazuya Mishimi, who also recently got his own trailer. Jin's gameplay footage runs through a number of his attacks, some of which are familiar ones he's had for some time, while others are completely new. A handful of them even utilize Tekken 8's various rage mechanics, which a couple of members from the developer recently explained in great detail. This newest footage still doesn't reveal when Tekken 8 might be coming out, as Bandai has yet to slap a more formal release window on it. I would say probably like late summer, probably fall though. I think it's probably going to be sometime in the fall. That's my guess. Fall to winter. I think it stays on schedule. Oh, sick, dude. Nice.
Get ready for the next battle.
Dude, I need to do that.
Tekken 8.
I need to do that, Barrett. My PS2's not even, it's boxed up.
Jin Kazama.
But whenever I have more room, I would like to just like build an entire like cabinet full of my old consoles and stuff. Like set them up to where they're connected and working and everything, and just put everything like on a switch. You know what I mean? So doing that kind of thing for the older consoles would be dope. I'll tell you something else I want to get done. I want to make some kind of like internal media server for my home, like a Flex server or something. Dude, we have so many DVDs and Blu-rays and like home movies and like pictures, you know, like digital pictures and stuff that we just never look at or use or anything like that because it's just digging them all out, you know? I need to get like a NAS set up and just make some kind of like Plex server or something with all of our media on it that we can just access internally. I just need to find the time to get it done. Yeah, that's dope, dude. Yeah, that's what I would like to do too. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Heck yeah. That's great. Cool, man. That looked good. You guys need anything out of there, I'll link it to you. Okay, yeah, for sure, buddy. Yeah, thanks, man. One second, guys. Okay. Okay. Sorry. All right, let's get back in it. Blue Protocol live stream provides details on the network test and upcoming benchmark. Definitely something players have been waiting. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are really excited for Blue Protocol. This is Amazon's game right here. Yeah. Now this is actually they're developing this, right? This isn't just something or are they just publishing this? Oh, Bandai. This is Bandai's. Wait, what? What's the one that Amazon's doing? Did I get this confused with one that Amazon was doing? What's the one Amazon's doing? Dude, am I tripping? Yeah, okay, yeah. So Amazon is publishing it, right? Or are they? No, stop that. Dude, knock it off. Or is this? See, this seems weird. Wait. Yeah, so they're collaborating with Bandai, right? But who's developing it? So Bandai's publishing it. It looks like. I can't even tell. They're not telling me, man. Hold on. Here. Is this just like a full collaboration? Development and publishing? I can't, dude. I can't tell. I don't know. I thought this was like Amazon. That's why it surprised me that Bandai was on it too, because I didn't remember Bandai being part of this. Published by Amazon Games. Blue Protocol and Blue Protocol logo are trademarks of Bandai Namco. Used by Amazon Games under license. Okay, dude. Let's keep that up for a second. We'll push this down here and let's read this article now. Blue Protocol live stream provides details on the network test and upcoming benchmark. Sorry. Early this morning, Bandai hosted a live stream for their upcoming MMO RPG Blue Protocol. There are a lot of people that seem excited about this, though. The stream lasted a little over 30 minutes, probably about 20 minutes or so, as the first 6 minutes of the video were taken up by pre-show banter, oh that's fun, and a trailer. Once they got past that, the devs got right down to business, discussing two very important things, the network test and the benchmark. The whole stream was done in Japanese, and unfortunately, Bandai did not provide translations of their own. The good thing for us is that some content creators were already hard at work doing a little translating for us. Our sources of choice were a video, Ginger Blue Gaming, seen below, and a translation from Blue Protocol database. The database posts also contains translated videos, but it is a situation where the English translation voice is overlaid on top of the Japanese voice, so it may be distracting for some of you. The stream addressed two main things: progress made on the network test fix and details about the upcoming benchmark. The one thing everyone will likely want to know right away is when the benchmark will be made available. And the good news is that the wait isn't long for Japanese players anyway. The software can be downloaded, that's probably today. Yep. Software can be downloaded today for Japanese players. Interestingly, when they demonstrated the benchmark during the live stream, viewers noticed that there was a language option. The host did not show viewers whether an English option is available, but it seems the benchmark can be downloaded by anyone, so maybe you'll want to try your luck. Oh, okay. The benchmark software is available at noon JST. Will take about 3.5 gigs of space. Has the same character creator that will be found in the Japanese version of the game, and players are encouraged to play around with it. Testing everything from lighting effects to clothing, players can also save presets of their character to use when the game launches. Nice. There are limitations, however. Names can't be pre-saved, and it limits creation to a single class. Those who wish to can stream the benchmark software or share pictures, but the devs do ask that they be mindful of the user agreements and don't go data mining it. As for other topics covered during the stream, the network test, it was explained that the developers found critical bugs at the last minute and are currently working to fix it still. Also working on secondary fixes before running the test. Before the network test can happen, another larger internal test will be run to make sure everything's okay. They expect to announce the network test early to mid-March. This game looks very Genshin Impact to me. Very Genshin Impact. 1 second, we'll watch it. I need just one moment. Apologies. We should be good to go. Let's take a look at this. Is this just the trailer? I think that's just the trailer. Let's watch this. Wait, what? Yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Brian if you happen to be new around here, but if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so
Oh yeah, okay, this is what they showed off yesterday, right? Go here.
ノイズキャンセルを外すとむちゃくちゃホワイトノイズが乗るっていうことを
Maybe this is the best way. Yeah, so the details about the network test and benchmark. This will be from
for checking out today's news post.
Ginger
We've got
Prime.
A little bit of a
Dude. The thing that sucks is like watching this might not be able to be uploaded in the news. Watching this is probably more appropriate. I'm just going to watch this one. That way it'll stay in the news. We won't necessarily be able to understand exactly what they're saying. But at least this video will probably be able to stay in the news segment whenever I upload it to YouTube, as opposed to this one that might get caught for copyright and have to be taken down because this is somebody else's content. So we're going to watch this one. And we'll just see what they're like showing off here,
この
okay?
点は配信環境の特性っていうことでちょっとご理解いただければと思っております。はい。じゃあ実機に切り替えて。
Oh yeah, it definitely has that. That's what I saw initially. Was like it has that Genshin vibe
の
to
キ
it.
ャラクタークリエイト画面となっております。あらかじめですね5キャラクター作っておきました。で1体もキャラクターがいない場合にはすぐにキャラクタークリエイト画面になっていきます。でこれは作成したキャラクターの管理画面。
Yeah, but it doesn't give me like options. It's just Japanese, dude. So, I mean,
4パーティー分。4パーティー分です。
6人4パーティー。はい。6、4、24ね。
で、今回新規作成というところから新しくキャラクターを作成すると、本編と同じキャラクタークリエイトが行えるようになっています。
So we'll just have to watch and see what they're doing here. And
一番最初にゲームをスタートするときに作っていただくキャラクタークリエイト。
Unless somebody speaks Japanese, you know. If anybody speaks Japanese, you'll probably be able to tell what they're talking about. But
これまでの放送などでも何回か
at least we'll get a look. You know what I mean? The thing that sucks is like if I'm watching somebody else's. Like usually companies don't care as much. Like if they're showing off their content and you're watching it and then you upload it as well as like part of what I do for the news segment, they're like, oh cool, well that's just whatever. It's more outreach for them and their game or whatever. But then if you get like what we started to watch down below, which was somebody else's like translation and take on what had, you know, for English, right? Then it'll get caught and they'll be like, oh, you can't use this because this is somebody's own personal content. And, you know, it's a weird deal.
なんかやりますかすごいサクッとっていう話を言ってると思うんです
Probably won't watch this whole thing. Let's skip through this a little bit.
できるようになっております
Just going through the character creation stuff.
で、ここにキャラクターエクスポート
I will link it for you guys though, so you can watch the English
いた
one.
だくとこのキャラクターをエクスポートしますかというところで、このキャラクターの外
We'll
見
just
デー
kind
タ
of
を
go through here real
本
quick
編
and take
で
a look.
読み込む
See what they have to show off
こ
here.
のままの外見が、本編のキャラクタークリエイトに採
I mean, I
用され
dig.
ますので、そこから
Excuse me. I dig the art style. It looks pretty cool.
ある。
そうですね。
はいはいはい。ちょっとなんか喜んだり。
すごいやりにくいと思ったら僕はでかい画面の方にいましたね。自分の PC の方にないから。まあ、立って。
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I'm gonna link it. You guys, if you're interested, I'll link it so everybody can watch the English version. You know what I mean? But at least we'll be able to see like some of the stuff they're showing off real quick.
並べたので、
And I'm sure we'll see more in the future as this
嬉しい
progresses.
なというような機能。
But there are a lot of people that seem pretty jacked about this.
写真が将来撮れると。
になりま
What is
す。
this? This is just like your team or whatever. Looks like.
なので、後ろ向いて
Dude,
る
is
キャ
that a
ラ
ferret?
見えないなみたいな時はこっちを入れ替えはい。まあ前回をご利用いただい
I know. I'm just kidding, dude.
た回生はですね、PC の計測をしないでデモ
I
シーン
know. I was kidding, dude.
ああ、家電。
が、配信でご利用いただくのは問題ないです。
So they're showing they were showing like benchmark scores and stuff right there, yeah?
思いますので、
Did you guys see
皆さん
that?
の PC の計測をしてい
ではなく。
なのでこのループ再
What are they running?
生でスタートをしているのは、
HD, so 1080p.
転記している
DirectX score of 8436. What's the other?
思いますので、皆さんの PC の計測をして
They've got a
上で
2060.
とかを
They're running a 2060 on this
配信でご利用いただく
and a Core i7.
でこの
What is that? A 9750?
のものはちょっとSNS などの
Oh, that's gross, dude. I'm sorry.
配信はお控えインストールで番組を終了とさせていただきます。また次回よろしくお願いいたします。本日
Okay. Yeah, I'll link this for you guys. Excuse me. So you can watch this one if you want. It was going to be a little bit too sketchy. It was probably going to require me to like cut this whole video out and everything. Or I wouldn't be able to upload. So, or there's at least the potential that would have happened. But if you want to watch the English version, down here at the bottom, then it's been translated and it's been really condensed into the main things that you need to know about what they showed off in this full one, okay? And if you're interested, this is their website, Blue Protocol's main page. Xbox says it has some GoldenEye type reveals planned before its summer showcase. Phil Spencer says that Microsoft is going to save major announcements for the June event. June event is the summer showcase stuff, right? This is where it used to always be these major developers would be part of E3. There are some developers that are still saying they're going to be part of E3 if E3 happens. It hasn't happened for 3 years in a row now. But we've seen Nintendo, Microsoft, and PlayStation. They've all said that they will not be part of E3 moving forward, at least for this year. And it's because E3 is not reliable. I kind of called it. But Ubisoft is going to be at E3 if it happens. There have been some other developers that have come out and said they will be part of E3 if it happens. So we'll see what goes down. But a lot of the bigger developers are also just like, yo, we've been doing our own thing for 3 years now. We'll just continue to do our own thing. We don't need E3 anymore. And that's what Xbox is doing. So their June event is going to be their summer showcase stuff. And let's see. So yeah, last month they had their Xbox and Bethesda event, which we didn't see Starfield because we know they're going to have their own standalone Starfield showcase coming very soon. During a recent Xbox One interview, Spencer was asked if there are any other big reveals planned before the summer showcase. Quote, so a lot of our focus right now is on the showcase in June, but there's some news that's coming out. He replied, like we did with the GoldenEye announcement. I'm thinking like GoldenEye type announces. Following months of speculation, Microsoft officially announced a modern port of GoldenEye 007 to Xbox Game Pass in late January. So there will be games available in different services, Spencer continued. Obviously, the Game Pass portfolio continues to grow, but most of our focus as a team is really on getting ready for the showcase. Quote, we've got Redfall coming, we've got Minecraft Legends coming, we've got Starfield coming, we've got Forza coming. So I love the fact that the portfolio is here and people are starting to play. And starting off the year with Hi-Fi Rush was so fantastic. Last year, Bethesda delayed Starfield's release from November to the first half of 2023. The game was absent from the developer direct presentation as Microsoft is planning to hold a standalone event at a later date in order to dedicate the proper amount of time for a deep dive into the sci-fi RPG. Yeah. Okay, so maybe we'll get some more GoldenEye type reveals? I don't know. We'll see. That shadow drop of Hi-Fi Rush on us, man, was nuts. I didn't expect much and was absolutely blown away by that game. And for it to just be shadow dropped, nobody knew anything about it, really. Intel challenges AMD's position in discrete graphics cards market? What? Data showed that Intel had matched AMD in the discrete graphics cards market, with both companies having 9% market share in the fourth quarter of 2022, with NVIDIA still dominating the market at an 82% share. Important to note that data only pertains to discrete GPU and adding graphics card shipments, excluding integrated and embedded graphics. If those are included, Intel had a 71% market share, followed by NVIDIA at 17% and AMD at 12%. Even more interesting is that JPR's data shows that Intel had a 5% share of the discrete GPU market in quarter 4 of 2021 before they started selling their ARC graphics cards. Suggests that Intel was likely manufacturing and shipping early DG1 graphics desktop boards and Xe Max dedicated graphics chips for laptops at the time. Many experts believe AMD is not doing badly. It remains to be seen how this three-way battle between Intel, AMD, and NVIDIA will play out in the coming years. Yeah. I mean, as far as like legitimate discrete graphics cards goes, Intel is way behind AMD. From what I've seen Intel push out, they're way behind. Now, the difference being Intel has always had integrated graphics on their chips, always, where AMD has not always. AMD had ended up developing a difference between their traditional CPUs, which didn't normally have integrated graphics and still don't, and what would be called an APU that is both kind of like a mashup of a CPU and a GPU put together. So more like what Intel does, but kind of different still. I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of that, but as far as the discrete graphics card market goes, Intel is not pushing out anything to the technology-wise, anyways, to the same level of what AMD and NVIDIA are currently doing. Not that I've seen, anyways. I mean, feel free to comment or talk to me in chat if you know something that I don't know. But there's a lot of different kind of ins and outs to this segment here for graphics in integrated, not integrated, discrete, stuff like that. It's kind of a different situation, Diablo 4 beta start dates and times. Here you go, guys. It's coming. After many years of waiting, Diablo 4 will finally be playable soon. The first of two. Diablo 4 beta start in a little over 2 weeks. Diablo 4 early access and open beta periods take place over 2 weekends. It will give you a chance to try each of the game's 5 classes and explore its initial open world area. This is a beta, so it's appropriate that you could potentially encounter performance issues, outages, and come across things that simply don't work. You'll need a phone, though, right? Yeah. To make all the purchases, right? Lol. We've got some system requirements for PC players listed below. Level 25 will be the max level for the beta. Dude, me either, fair. That's why, I'm boycotting. It was like the final straw for me. Not just like the mobile thing. It wasn't just the mobile thing. Like that was like the whole thing, that turning into a meme was hilarious. But how absolutely gross the pay to win was for that game when it released. I just can't, dude. That was the final thing for me, man. Forever Alone, dude. Phil's birthday, man. God, those are some good emotes we got there. Nice. So I feel you, man, and that's why, like, for a developer that is such a huge part, or was such a huge part of who I am as a gamer, to absolutely detest and be disgusted by everything they stand for nowadays is heartbreaking, man. It hurts, man. I mean, everything about them, yeah. I mean, that was like everything that came out about the culture of their workplace, the toxicity within the workplace, and just a lot of other things. I mean, a lot of it started for me too around the Diablo 3 days. I stood in line at midnight for Diablo 3, and then I played that game and beat that game, and I was like, that was crap. This is not what I expected out of Blizzard. And then I really started looking at Blizzard and the content that they were coming out with, and I could just see a company that wasn't the company that I once fell in love with, I saw a developer that was not the developer I once knew. And I mean, I'm talking about, I played StarCraft, Warcraft, Diablo 1 and 2, and WoW through the first 2 expansions, and all that stuff, and I saw a developer change into something that we've seen so many times that just got real gross to me. And I mean, how Bobby Kotick is still at the head of that company, I will never understand. I'll never understand it. And for me, it's like whenever Diablo Immortal finally, I mean, obviously the meme came about whenever they were announcing the it was announced, it wasn't at BlizzCon. Were they announcing it at BlizzCon? Is that where they got announced at? And they're like, "Don't you have a phone?" Obviously it turned into a meme, but it was also gross, And then it was at BlizzCon, right? And then it was when it finally released, last year, the pay to win was so absolutely disgusting that I was like, this is it, dude. I can't do it. I can't play Blizzard stuff again until I see this company change. And I know for a lot of people it's just about having fun and playing games and whatever, but for me it's more about not feeding the beast, And Blizzard is an absolute greed monster, I just can't do it anymore. So it feels bad because I would love to play Diablo 4. Yeah. I mean, that was just another part of it. That was just another part of it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I'm not hitting on everything. I'm just hitting on certain things. That are coming to mind. But there's a lot of stuff that I mean, we could talk about it all day long. That has absolutely just disgusted me about them. And I mean, we talk about it's not just them. There are a lot of other big developers that have done the same kind of stuff. That's really gross. And it hurt. The Blizzard one hurts me a lot, though. Blizzard one hurts me a lot because of who they always were to me as a gamer, growing up and molding. What a huge impact they had molding me into who I am today as a gamer, and just watching them turn into such a horrible developer. Yeah, I mean that's how it feels, dude. That's how it feels to me. That's how it feels, really. It's like watching. It's like watching. I mean, if you've ever seen anybody destroy themselves in some form or fashion, like maybe on it, like destroy their selves, maybe on it's a terrible thing. And this I don't want to. This is maybe a bad comparison, but if you've ever watched anybody like have something take over their lives and just destroy their lives and watch it and it hurts something like addiction or anything like that, you know what I mean? And I don't want to compare this to somebody's own personal life and having to deal with something like that. That's not what I'm trying to get at. But having to grow up loving a company like this and what a huge part they played in your youth and everything, and then watching them turn into something like this, it does, dude. It hurts. It really does. It hurts me, and that's why I'm steadfast boycotting, and as much as I want to play Diablo 4, I won't do it. I absolutely detest this company for what they stand for and what they've done to their employees, what they've done to the people that have been loyal to them over the years, and just it just feels so bad. So. But to everybody that's gonna play, I mean, let me know how you feel about it. Because while I would love to, I'm not gonna do it. Level 25 will be the max level for the beta, but as long as you raise one character to level 20, you'll get cosmetic rewards to use in the full game in June. The beta will be limited to the Fractured Peaks, 1 of 5 regions that make up Diablo 4's open world. The prologue and first act of the game takes place, in the snowy mountainous zone and eventually leads you to Kjolveshed, the capital city. I played through the Fractured Peaks during my Diablo 4 preview last year, and wow, it's grim up there. Sanctuary got Thanos snapped at the end of Diablo 3, and very few people remain. There are dilapidated and deserted settlements all over, and plenty of dungeons and side quests to complete. The game's big world bosses will be available at to be announced times during the beta for powerful loot too. Peter, what's up, my friend? How you doing, buddy? Happy Wednesday. The Diablo 4 Early Access Beta for players who pre-ordered the game will start on Friday, March 17th at 9 a.m. Pacific time and will end on Monday, March 20th at 12 p.m. Pacific time. For that beta, people will be able to choose from 3 classes: Barbarian, Rogue, and Sorcerer. The second beta will be the following weekend, right? And this is an open beta that is available to everyone. If you play the first beta, your progress will carry over. The open beta will start on Friday, March 24th at 9 a.m. Pacific and end on Monday, March 27th at 12 p.m. Pacific. Barbarian, Rogue, and Sorcerer will be available to play once again, but it will also include the Necromancer and the Druid. Necromancer. Oh, Necromancer. Here are the dates and available classes to play. Beta rewards are in here. System requirements. Hush your mouth. Minimum at 1080p, 720p render resolution, low graphic settings, 30 frames per second. You're going to need a 2500K Core i5 or an FX 8100 AMD. Dude, isn't that one of the old bulldozers? I've still got a CPU. I've still got a computer running an old bulldozer, I think. Black Edition. What were the numbers on that? I can't remember. 8 gigs of RAM. You're going to need a NVIDIA 660 or an AMD R9 280. Storage, you'll need 45 gigs. Recommended system requirements will be for high def, right? 1080p. Medium graphic settings at 60 frames per second. You're going to need a Core i5 4670K or an AMD 1300X. RAM, you'll need 16 gigs. You'll need a GTX 970 NVIDIA GeForce or a Radeon RX 370 and 45 gigs of storage. All right. So there you go. Here's the thing. Look, if you're not sure whether you want to buy into this game yet, I wouldn't worry that much about trying to buy it before the early access on March 17th through the 20th. There is an open beta from the 24th through the 27th. Play the open beta, see what you think about the game, how it feels, and then decide whether you want to buy into it if you're not sure yet, okay? That would be my advice. Let me know what you think about the beta. I don't play Blizzard games right now. There you go. There's your links. Excuse me. Strayed Lights gameplay trailer and release date revealed. This is what we just saw, right? Yeah, we just saw this. What the what? Dude, we already saw this. I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Final Fantasy news. Square Enix's games have long been synonymous with JRPG genre. The Final Fantasy 16 director Naoki Yoshida doesn't want the game associated with that particular term. Dude, this director is driving me crazy. So, Peter, you just came in, but I just finished talking. I've talked about this before. I'm like just done playing Blizzard games. I've seen them. So Blizzard is a huge part of who I am as a gamer. I fell in love with Blizzard a long time ago playing Warcraft, StarCraft. I played Diablo 1, Diablo 2. I stood in line at midnight for Diablo 3, Collector's Edition. I played WoW through the first 2 expansions. But whenever I played Diablo 3, I played all the way through the game, beat the game, and I saw something in a game that I wasn't expecting from a developer that I had loved for so long. So that was the starting point for me in seeing Blizzard turn into something that I wasn't thrilled with anymore. And I mean, between seeing a decline, in my opinion, in what the quality of the products they were pushing out, and finding out about all the terrible stuff that was happening to the members that work in for their company, the terrible, toxic, misogynistic culture, sexual harassment stuff, all the way through like feeling like they need to incorporate terrible pay-to-win stuff in things like Diablo Immortal. I'm just done, dude. That's a developer that I don't feel like I can support anymore. It doesn't even matter if it's in a free-to-play capacity. Just because you're not paying for a game doesn't mean that you're not supporting that company by showing up as a number in their player base. You know what I mean? So for me, no, I can't play Blizzard games right now. Nope. And I've spent an enormous amount of hours in Blizzard titles. I literally, at the beginning of January, I pulled out all my old WoW boxes. I pulled out all my old Diablo boxes. I've still got all that stuff. I'm a huge, long-time Blizzard fan from Blizzard, who they used to be. But I am not a fan of who Blizzard is now. And I won't support them, dude. I won't support. My hope is that Microsoft buys them. Bobby Kotick gets ousted as the head of Activision Blizzard. And Microsoft could hopefully potentially be able to turn them back into something decent. If that's the case, dude, I'll go back and start playing Blizzard games again. I like Microsoft. I like their gaming division. I think they do a pretty good job, actually. And I'm not a longtime Microsoft gaming fan, actually. Xbox and stuff, that's not really been my jam. But over the past few years, I've really seen a trend of them doing good stuff, in my opinion. And I think if anybody could take over Activision Blizzard and turn them back into something decent, I think it's probably Microsoft. I think it's Phil Spencer, to be honest. And but they have to get rid of Bobby Kotick. I don't know how that dude is still at the top of that company. And for me, until I see a significant change in that company, I just can't support him anymore. Just can't do it, dude. Square Enix's games have long been synonymous with the JRPG genre, but Final Fantasy XVI director Naoki Yoshi P. Yoshida doesn't want the game associated with that particular term. This dude is killing me, man. Yoshida, Australian YouTuber SkillUp recently asked Yoshi P a question about JRPGs and was surprised by the reaction from the director and translation lead Koji Fox, who helped translate. The developers stated that the team does not set out to make JRPGs, but merely games in the RPG genre. They also went on to say that many Japanese developers find the term discriminatory. Really? This is going to depend on who you ask, Fox translated for Yoshida. But there was a time when this term first appeared 15 years ago. For us as developers, the first time we heard it, it was like a discriminatory term. Comments from Yoshida and Fox have prompted a lot of discussion on social media from fans about the origins of the JRPG term, how past members of the gaming media did use it to put down games developed in Japan. I didn't know that. There was a point in the last 15 years where there was a major backlash against Japanese games in the West, and it's easy to see how some developers might not be fond of the JRPG classification as a result. I didn't know that, and I've never looked at the JRPG term as a derogatory or a negative connotation to go along with it. Personally, I've just looked at JRPG being more along the lines of a like kind of art style, like more of an art style that goes along with RPGs than anything, you know. So that's new to me. I didn't know that. While the JRPG term might not have always been looked at in a positive light, it's clear that that's changed over the last few years. These days, many RPG enthusiasts use the term as one of endearment when discussing a certain style. Yeah, fair. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Style of RPG that originated in Japan. Yeah. Even many publishers and developers have embraced it. The box art for Bandai Namco's recently released Tales of Symphonia Remastered refers to the game as a legendary JRPG classic. Clearly, not everyone feels as strongly about the term and its origins as Yoshi P does, but that doesn't make his feelings on the matter any less valid. Interesting. Yeah, so Final Fantasy 16 is supposed to release on the 22nd of June. So one of the things I was talking about in like Yoshi P's statements, we saw something in the news not too long ago where Yoshi P was like, and we're about to talk about, I'll talk about it here when we read this, and we got more Final Fantasy 16 news here. I didn't know that. I didn't know that there were people that potentially looked at JRPG as a term that had negative connotations to it and was like maybe discriminatory or something. You know what I mean? So that's news to me, and I'll have to be a little bit more careful about the way that maybe I go about labeling games in that light. So I don't know. That's news, man. The more we know, you know what I mean? The more you know. And that's education on my part. That's education to me, and we'll just have to be careful. So, Final Fantasy 16 producer would like to release a PC version eventually. So, here's what's funny. Yoshida says it definitely won't arrive when PS5's 6-month exclusivity period ends. They might talk about it here, but we saw an article not too long ago that was talking about somebody asking Yoshida if a PC version would release the same time as PS5, and he basically was like, don't worry about that. Just go buy a PS5. It was basically the way it was translated over, was the quote. And it was like, dude, are you kidding me? First and foremost, not everybody just has $550 to $600 to go drop on a PS5, you know? And if it's that easy, let alone get your hands on one, It's easier now than it was when his quote came out. But at the same time, if it's that easy, dude, and you want everybody to just play your game on a PS5, and you know, $500 to $600 is nominal, then just go buy everybody a PS5 that wants to play your game, dude. Cool? Easy. Fixed. Yoshida can just go buy everybody a PS5 that wants to play his game. How about that? Final Fantasy 16 producer Naoki Yoshida has said he'd like to see a PC version of the game released eventually. So we'll talk about something else here. Square Enix sucked at PC ports. We'll talk about that at the end. Square Enix recently confirmed a Final Fantasy 16 PS5 release date of June 22nd, and confirmed that the game will remain exclusive to PS5 for at least the remainder of this calendar year. A 6-month exclusivity period doesn't mean that the game will make its way to PC half a year after it hits PS5, according to Yoshida. We'll watch this in a moment. Quote, first of all, it is true that Final Fantasy 16 is a 6-month limited time exclusive on the PS5 platform, he told the Japanese PlayStation blog translated by Google. However, it is a completely different story that the PC version will be released in half a year. I will make it clear, but the PC version will not come out in half a year. This is because we spent a lot of time and money optimizing the PS5 platform to deliver the best gaming experience. Of course, I would like to release a PC version at some point so that everyone can play as many games as possible. However, even if we start optimizing the PC version after the PS5 version comes out, we won't be able to optimize it in half a year. So it won't come out in a short span of half a year. I would like to release it eventually, and I think I will, but I am not at the stage where I can say when. Yoshida added, first of all, I would be happy if you could play the PS5 version, which I made with the thought of being the best game in the world. If the PC version comes out in half a year, I can quit the company. Laughs. Please don't say, I won't buy the PS5 version because the PC version will be released in half a year. Separately, Yoshida said Square Enix will hit the highly anticipated game's planned PS5 release date bearing a cataclysmic event. While the most recent major mainline series entries, Final Fantasy 15 and 7 Remake, both suffered delays shortly before their announced release dates, Yoshida is confident history isn't about to repeat itself. Quote, I know Final Fantasy games can get delayed at the last minute, he said in an event attended by Polygon this month, but unless a meteor falls on Japan, there will be no delay. So, I have no doubt this game will come out on PC. And I hope what Yoshida is saying is it holds true, that they are going to really take their time and optimize this fully for PC. But look, dude, Square Enix as a whole is notorious for terrible PC ports and not even really giving a crap afterwards. Final Fantasy Remake Integrate is still broken, as far as I know. I keep going back and looking every once in a while because I would like to play it on PC. But basically all they did was they released it. It had a whole bunch of performance issues. They never fixed it. Square didn't. And they basically, what happened was the gaming community, a bunch of really good modders came out with some fixes, some mods that fixed the performance issues, and Square just let it ride. They never fixed the game themselves. They just went, oh well, looks like the community of modders got the game fixed, so we don't need to worry about it. That's crap, dude. I won't pay for that game. There's no flipping way. If I ever got it for free, then I might play it and use the mods that the community made for it. But to pay Square Enix for not fixing a game that they released, get wrecked. Square Enix is actually notoriously terrible about PC ports. So we'll watch this real quick, though. Square Enix is another one of those studios that I fell in love with a long time ago. One of my first RPGs I ever played was Final Fantasy 1. But they are another studio that's looking very blinded by greed. Not that they don't still come out with some quality content, just like Blizzard, but Give me some Ifrit, baby. Wonder if they're gonna have Anima in this game, dude. Anima was such a dope summon, man. Like Final Fantasy X, Anima summon was gross. Oh, there's Ifrit, baby. Oh, what, dude? For real? It was. My bad, guys.
Take Joshua and get to safety.
Start this over. I apologize.
The enemy here while you make
I was just talking too much.
Your Highness! Run! No! Joshua!
I'm not wearing my headset. I got a headache today, man, so I'm trying not to make my headache any worse.
Revenge is a weapon.
Is that Odin, dude? I think that's Odin as well.
I sometimes wonder if I am controlling it, or if
Essentially.
it's controlling
There
me.
was a summon from way back in the day, Odin, that was very similar. It's gotta be different, dude. I mean, the game looks dope, dude. I hope it's good.
No matter how
big
bitter
boy.
the truth that awaits me, I will press on.
Chocobos.
What do we do?
The usual.
Where's that black one, though? You know what I'm saying?
13 years I've waited for
That
this
was Phoenix
chance.
Feathers right there.
I won't be dying today.
Is that Anima? No way.
Come to me,
Could it have been? Gotta be Bahamut as well, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, dude. There are a few games that you know, make me wish that I still bought into the console market. And again, I mean, if the channel got big enough and there was enough requests like for me to play games on release like that, then I would do it. But I don't have enough of a like going and spending $600 on a console to just play a few games that I'm really interested in playing on release doesn't seem worth. Rather than just getting my hands on them at some point in the not too distant future. So I don't know. At the same time, I mean, like I said, Square is terrible at PC ports. So we'll see what happens when this comes to PC. But if you want more out of that, the game looks good, dude. It does look good. And I'm not going to lie, I'm hyped about it. But we'll see. Microsoft expands PC Game Pass preview to 40 new countries. Microsoft is expanding its PC Game Pass service to 40 new countries across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, including Croatia, Iceland, Libya, Qatar, and Ukraine. The preview, which is available via the Xbox Insider Hub app, will give users access to hundreds of games at a special test price for the first month. This brings the number of countries with access to Game Pass to 86. Yeah. The full list of 40 countries getting access to PC Game Pass as of, I think this was yesterday? Yeah, last updated 10 hours ago, is Albania, Algeria, Bahrain, Bolivia, Bosnia, Herzegovina. Dude, I hope I didn't butcher that. Bulgaria, Costa Rica, Croatia, Cyprus, Ecuador, Egypt, El Salvador, Estonia, Georgia, Guatemala, Honduras, Iceland, Kuwait, Latvia, Libya, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malta, Moldova, Montenegro, Morocco, Nicaragua, North Macedonia, Oman, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Qatar, Romania, Serbia, Slovenia, Tunisia, Ukraine, and Uruguay. Microsoft plans to roll out the PC Game Pass service in these countries over the coming months. So these are the 40 countries getting access over the coming months, the ones I just listed. So it's coming very soon. Very cool. If you need anything out of that, good for all the gamers, dude, in those countries, for sure. Xbox Games with Gold for March 2023 announced. 3 games are joining the library. 3 titles will be available to pick up in March at no extra cost on Xbox X and S and One for gamers who paid out for Microsoft Xbox's Live Gold or Game Pass Ultimate subscription services. So, according to Xbox Wire, the World War II strategy game Sudden Strike 4 Complete Edition and the sci-fi mystery adventure title Truberbrook, will be available to grab from March 1st through the 31st. Lamentum, meanwhile, will be downloadable to subscribers free of charge starting March 16th and will stick around until April 15th. This has a whole bunch of information about those games. If you need it, it is right there. Escape from Tarkov's volunteer anti-cheat Discord shuts down after just 2 weeks. The anti-cheat Discord's creator says he is disgusted the channel led to Battlestate Games issuing an incorrect ban. Community-led anti-cheat Discord that provided report filtering for Escape from Tarkov developer Battlestate Games has shut down less than 2 weeks after the initiative was announced. Launched by content creator Trey24K on February 15th, community-driven anti-cheat was intended as a place where players could submit video evidence to report suspected cheaters. Footage was reviewed by the Discord's volunteers, and if it seemed like cheating was involved, it was passed to a team at Battlestate Games for further investigation that could lead to a ban. However, the Discord came under fire when streamer Del Hero was incorrectly banned following a submission to the community-driven anti-cheat. The ban was then overturned when the streamer submitted a video recorded from his perspective, which revealed he was merely suffering from desync caused by the game's server. While Trey24K originally said that nobody will be banned due to the contents of any video alone and denied claims that players would be banned for lagging, today he has announced an end to the community-driven anti-cheat. In a video, Trey24K claims he learned of Del Hero's ban when he spotted his name on a ban list published by Battlestate Games. After watching Del Hero's perspective of the clip, he got in touch with Battlestate Games to ensure it had been reviewed manually and was told every case is reviewed accordingly, no matter where it's coming from. Content creator does not believe that is the case, however, and says he is furious. The Discord led to a false ban. He went on to say that he saw multiple people claim they were innocent following a Discord review and subsequent ban, but originally dismissed them as cheaters trying to evade punishment. Now Trey admits Battlestate Games is not reviewing these thoroughly enough and says he put way too much faith in the developer. He is truly sorry for any false bans the Discord has led to. Oh, that's pretty sick. Quote, we agreed the Discord server's reports would be treated in a certain way, and even though BSG claims this is the case, I don't think that's possible given the Dal Hero situation. I feel misled by BSG and disgusted to have put my reputation on the line so confidently for something I now feel like was a lie from the beginning. I should have not trusted what I thought was to be fact. I am sorry. Currently, Battlestate Games is under fire over a video that claims to reveal how widespread cheating in Escape from Tarkov is. Today, the studio announced that it has increased the detection speed of its anti-cheat, but acknowledged wider changes may take a lot of overhaul. Yeah, we've seen a lot of stuff coming out about... Look, the Escape from Tarkov has always had issues with cheating, right? Most competitive online games do, unfortunately, because cheaters suck. They're soft gamers, in my opinion, that just don't want to get good, you know? They suck at games. They don't want to get good, so they cheat because that's the only way they can win. So developers are always trying to find good ways to deal with cheaters. And the best way to possibly deal with them is finding ways to not allow them to get back into the game at all on any other account. And developers are finding better ways to address those issues. There are also always going to be always a number of false positives, a number of false like people that get banned for cheating that weren't actually cheating, and this is the case, right? This is always a cat and mouse game, man. Also, it's like developers find ways to knock out the cheats that are currently being used, and then cheaters and developers of hacks and stuff like that find new ways of implementing that avoid the current systems in place to catch the hacks and the cheats, and then the cycle starts over, right? And so it's not an easy thing. And for people on the outside to just take a look at a developer and go, you're not doing enough. I mean, you don't actually know how much they're putting in. Now, I mean, it's been, I think, discussed for a while. A lot of people are under the impression that Battlestate Games is not doing enough to eliminate cheating. We saw an article, it was either yesterday or the day before in the news segment, about some testing that was done, and it seemed that over a good amount of data of different matches and stuff like that, it was confirmed that roughly 60% of players in matches are literally using cheats in this game. That's gross. It's actually catastrophic for the health of an online live service competitive community. It's gross, and it hurts the game. So ultimately, Battlestate, the best thing they can do is eliminate cheating to the greatest extent possible to promote the health of the game and the community. But we'll see what happens moving forward. Destiny 2 breaks concurrent player record with Lightfall expansion. Over the past several years, we have seen service games come and go, while some go on to find massive success, such as Fortnite and Sea of Thieves. Other games, unfortunately, never find their stride, such as the recently shut down Babylon's Fall from Platinum Games, Knockout City, Rumbleverse. I mean, you name it, dude. Multiverses is even struggling right now, and that game was a hit at EVO when it released last year. There's no defined formula to success with service games. Sometimes updates don't resonate with players. Taking player feedback and making meaningful changes is not always easy. No matter how hard it can get and how much doom and gloom can sometimes surround a game, some developers are able to find the light at the end of the tunnel and do something special. This is something that Bungie has done quite successfully with Destiny 2. You can see the stats right here. Players right now, this was as of yesterday at 1915 UTC, 310,000, over 310,000 players. The peak was over 316,000. This week is the highly anticipated release of Bungie's latest expansion in Destiny 2. Lightfall is the latest expansion in the long-running looter shooter franchise, after the Witch Queen expansion drove even more players to the game back in 2022. When Witch Queen expansion was released to glowing reviews and brought many players back to the world of Destiny 2. Not only did it bring old players back, but it also introduced a wealth of new players to the shooter. Since severing its ties with Activision in 2019, Bungie has been hard at work shaping the game, addressing a long list of fan feedback. The updates and expansions have not always been perfect, but it does not seem to deter Bungie from their love for this shooter. Now it appears all this hard work has paid off with a massive launch for Lightfall today, which saw Destiny 2 shatter its concurrent player records on Steam. Earlier today, Destiny 2 reached 316,000 concurrent players on Steam, as per SteamDB. This shattered the previous record of just over 290K, which was set last year during the launch of the Witch Queen expansion. While the jury is still out on whether Lightfall is everything fans have hoped for, there's no doubt that Bungie has engaged its community and got them excited for the next step in the series. We've already heard there's been some nerfing that might not be well received. Yes, but we will. We'll have to get a little bit more feedback as some more time moves forward with the Destiny 2 Lightfall expansion here. Okay, it's a big deal though. Elden Ring and Marvel Snap among BAFTA's Game of the Year nominees. BAFTA has announced its 6 nominees for the EE Game of the Year award, inviting members of the public to vote on games ranging from Elden Ring to Marvel Snap. The 6 nominees in the running are Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality, Marvel Snap, and Stray. No surprise there. Look, I've actually been saying this. BAFTA does it right, in my opinion. The Game Awards actually kick off like right at the beginning of the second week or in the second week of December, which really feels stupid to me. BAFTA does it right. And this is what I've kind of been telling people. I don't think awards for the previous year should really pop off until about February, end of February, something like that, to give people a chance to enjoy the titles that come out at the end of the year. I mean, like last year, Ragnarok released really late, and to give people ample opportunity to dive into that game and find out what the experience is like, and to be able to compare it to some of these other titles that are in the running for Game of the Year, it's really tough. Not everybody has all the time in the world to just dive in right away. So I think, the Game Awards needs to really take a note and try to maybe push back from doing these in like early December to doing them maybe in like late January or even February. I think would be even better, kind of like BAFTA does, to give people a better opportunity to try these titles out whenever there are still games coming out in December, and then they're giving away the Game of the Year awards in December too. That doesn't seem right. And BAFTA, I think, has the right idea here. The shortlist was decided by a jury panel of 10, including Jake Tucker, NME's commissioning editor for games. Huge congratulations to all this year's nominees for the EE Game of the Year award, shared Tara Saunders, the chair of BAFTA's Games Committee and studio head at PlayStation London Studio. All 6 of these games have captured the imaginations of people around the world and represent a diverse range of genres, storylines, and gaming experiences. The rest of BAFTA's gaming category nominations will be announced through the organization's Twitch channel on March 2nd, tomorrow, with the winners being announced on March 30th. Out of the 6 nominations, 4 of them, Elden Ring, Immortality, God of War Ragnarok, and Marvel Snap, featured on NME's 20 best games of last year. Yeah. Cool. Last article I have for the day. If anybody has anything to add, let me know in chat. We'll discuss it before we move on to day 6 of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. All right. Phil Spencer says AI will be an additive positive force for video games. One of the most discussed elements of technology in recent times has been artificial intelligence, or AI, thanks in part to OpenAI's ChatGPT. Some are wondering how advancements to AI may impact the future of video games, and Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer believes AI can help grow games to another level. The intersection of AI and gaming has always been there, and now the AI capability on the planet is just getting bigger and bigger, Spencer said in an interview with Xbox One. Microsoft recently partnered with ChatGPT creator OpenAI in a deal reportedly worth $10 billion. So Spencer is obviously not an impartial observer, but instead someone with a business interest in seeing AI grow and succeed. He went on to say that AI has always been involved in video games, dating back to Pong. It'll be part of game development going forward, too. Absolutely. This is a quote. Absolutely. AI will play a role in video games. AI always has. I get excited about some of the work that the team is doing. It gives them more of a canvas, he said. Whether it's simulated physics, whether it's 3D rendering, whether it's great audio technology. What I find is when you give our creators new tools to play with, they then work it. Sometimes it takes a couple of years to find the rhythm of how everything fits in. Our creators are now spending a lot of time with our AI engineers thinking about how this can be an additive, positive force in the games that we are building. Some observers have spoken critically about the impact of AI on video games, in part for how AI systems might carry a negative personal impact for, among other disciplines, voice acting. Before this, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said every Microsoft product, including Xbox, would benefit from advancements to AI technology. So hearing Spencer speak positively about the potential for AI in video games is no surprise. Looking at the wider gaming industry, Battlefield publisher EA is working on AI technology and has been for years. In 2018, EA announced Project Atlas, an R&D research and development project with 1,000 people working on it that aims to change how games are made through AI and neural networks. This technology was implemented into the Battlefield series, and it was smart enough to play the game and even play the objective. More recently, Take-Two boss Strauss Zelnick said AI may have a role to play in video game development, but it won't allow a developer to create a true GTA competitor very easily. This is my take. Are there certain aspects where AI is going to be a huge, great thing for video game development? Absolutely. No doubt about it. When you take the idea of developers creating assets for massive worlds, especially you take, let's take for example something like No Man's Sky, or something that's coming out like Starfield, where you've got these giant universes, these giant worlds, or universes with many different planets or what have you. And what you can do is create a lot of different, multitudes of assets, and then maybe incorporate a very good AI system that can take assets that can be put into tables like animals, plants, minerals, whatever, and not only can it generate all these different planets based off of these assets, a mashup of these assets, but maybe even take some of these assets and create new assets by combining some of these things together, right? You think about things like that AI can do to make development much more streamlined, efficient on the part of development, where it's just the initial, getting the assets, a good, nice, fat stack of assets put into a game, and then allowing the AI, a good AI incorporation, to kind of take those and run with them and create a more expansive world based off of those initial assets. There's things like that, that can work very well. But there are also other things about the AI that can be detrimental, I think, to gaming. When you talk about what we've already seen a lot of in like AI artwork, right? What does AI art do? It takes input from a user. Show me this, right? And basically what it does is it goes and grabs a bunch of art that was made by humans. So legitimate art that was made by people. So this would be their own works that these AI mechanics will go and grab. This AI software will go and grab and then mash it together with a bunch of other artwork that people have done and create what you ask it for. So there are a lot of moral and ethical kind of avenues that we have to address and explore in regards to what AI does, because when you talk about, we've already seen AI artwork be used in games like High on Life, right? So not only is AI potentially going to be replacing humans, voice acting, things like that. They just addressed it in this article. Artwork as well. There are a lot of different areas in which AI is potentially going to just replace humans. So there's job loss. But not only is this job loss, this is job loss at the cost of software tools that are basically just utilizing a mashup of other people's already created work. And that's a really, really bad way to go about doing things. So, yeah, are there ways in which AI can be a significant, great thing? We just read the other day. There's another thing that's really cool, but it's also kind of sketchy too. We saw where was it Gran Turismo 7? They have this absolutely insane AI driver in the game now, and it literally makes no mistakes. So if you fall behind at all, you're done. And so it's a little bit scary at the same time. It's Because honestly, I mean, we're humans. We all make mistakes. So playing games, there's always going to be the potential for us to make mistakes while we play games. While if you're playing games against AI that are built in a manner to never make a mistake, and to be absolutely 100% efficient, that's gross. I don't know, man. I mean, is it potentially going to help people get better at games and elevate their gameplay? Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about that. There's also some really, scary things about the implementation of that kind of stuff too, especially as technology and gaming evolves. I don't know. We're just there's as with anything in the world, there are good and bad. There's pros and cons, and we've known for a long time. Like, I mean, dude, AIs have been around forever. It's been around forever, but it's evolving at a rapid pace. And I think anytime you get an article that comes out or a company that comes out and they're talking about just one side of it, you have to understand there's another side of it too. So they want you, because this is where they want to go. They want to go into incorporating as much AI as possible, right? So they're going to go, this is positive, right? AI is positive. They want you to see the good. They're not going to give you the negative side of things. People need to think about things critically and just understand that, dude, anytime somebody's going to try to put a positive spin on something and try to get you to look at the positive side of something, there's always going to be a list of cons too. Whether they list it or not, you have to think critically about things and understand that. And while I only listed, a number of things here about what could be good or bad, I mean, we could sit here all day and talk about, what could be a positive aspect or a negative aspect of what the evolution of AI is doing just in gaming. That's not to mention like all the other, parts of day-to-day life in which it's being incorporated and what that means for us. But just be perceptive of the fact that, whenever you're given information and articles and quotes and stuff, if they're trying to just tell you it's good, what could potentially be bad? Or if they're going, this is bad, well, is there anything about it that could also be good? Think critically about things, guys. You know what I mean? Does it mean there always will be a bad side to good things? Not necessarily, and vice versa won't hold true necessarily all the time either, but quite often it will. So just, be vigilant, man. Think critically, and I think that there's definitely a long list of pros and a long list of cons to the side of AI being incorporated into everything technology for us in the world and gaming as well. Them's the breaks, man. That's the news. You guys rock. Thanks for being you. We are going to work our way into some Bloodstained. Bloodstained Day 6. So you guys are awesome. Thanks for being you. Thanks for being a part of this. No stream Saturday or Sunday. I've got some family stuff going on, so taking a bit of a break and going to try to do a little bit of relaxing. And it's not often that I take time off, but this weekend's going to be that. So this weekend, no streams. Sorry. I do apologize. And then Monday, remember that it'll be a bit of a wonky day. We're going to do an early news segment. Then I'll have to take the stream down for a little bit. Then I'll be back. We'll game for a little bit. We'll watch, the Paradox? That's what it is, right? Am I tripping? Yeah, Paradox Showcase at 11. And it'll probably be a shorter stream day because of some other stuff going on that day. But that's what's coming up. So, just so everybody's aware. I don't know. If anybody's checking out this content, man, or any other content that we have on the YouTube channel, as VODs or highlights on the Twitch channel, and you're enjoying any of the content, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with myself and the rest of these amazing individuals that are part of our community here whenever we go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day. Start all of our streams off with video gaming news before we dive into whatever gaming playthrough content we have slated for the rest of the day, okay? Other than that, you guys just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for March 2nd's edition of Video Gaming News, and should be day 7 of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. All right?